All right, so I believe we are live to go. All right, so I will start up first. So, hi everyone, welcome to the MUSA 2023 by-election debates. So, thank you all for tuning in. So, this election debate structured will be the same as it will be slightly different as our annual election. So, the EC will introduce the candidate, which will take place in 2 minutes. After which, the candidate will be given 5 minutes for an opening statement, and then we will move on to the Q&A session, which is broken down into two parts. First, predecessor for that contested position or proxy at this, and this time it will be me. I will be the proxy appointed to question the candidates. Okay, so this will go on for more or less 20 minutes, and after that there will be a Q&A session open up to the audience for another 20 minutes. So, oh, Minhao is here. All right, so give me a sec. Hello, Minhao. All right, so
Hello.
here is your predecessor, here, Minhao. So you, all right, Minhao, you'll be given more or less 20 minutes to question your candidates. And once 20 minutes is over, the Q&A session will be passed over to the floor for another 2 minutes. And after that, they will be given that for another 2 minutes to make their closing statement. So this debate is for the School of IT male and female representation. The candidate would be Tan Yingchen and Yi Kai Wei. So can I ask YC and Kai Wei to make their opening statement first?
Okay, so good day. My name is Kaiwei.
And my name is Yinche, and today we will be presenting our case for the position of male and female representative for the School of IT.
So our manifesto for carrying out the task is as follows: connect, motivate, improve, and career. We are not born geniuses, and learning to code is a learning curve that will be quite intimidating when you first start. So we feel like there's a strong importance of building a good relationship with your peers. In light of this, we will concentrate on organizing events that nurture everlasting relationships among the students. This will enable students to not only form meaningful relationships with one another to spice up their university life, but also to have partners to support each other during their assignment bumps. For instance, Hello Coders and Distress Night are two of the events that will be held that contribute to connecting the students. Aside from that, as students, we will also experience being lost in the university environment, questioning if we made the right decision or just losing interest in learning. So in order to motivate the students, when they are down or uncertain about where and how to apply their knowledge in computer science, we intend to hold engaging competitions connected to our course, such as coding competition with alluring prizes, and also offer IT-related seminars and speeches.
Yep, thank you, Kaiwei. And to make improvement, I believe that one must give criticism a chance to be heard. Hence, as the future representative of the School of IT, we will assist the teaching staff in providing feedback from the perspective of the students in hopes of constructing a better course for all students, because by studying the unit firsthand, students will actually be able to know what is good and bad that is occurring within the unit itself. And to further add on, we will also be hosting events that are linked to potential future careers. And by holding career fairs and site visit to renowned IT companies, students can be provided a more comprehensive understanding of the employment opportunities that will be available to them in the future.
All right, thank you, YC. Thank you, Kaiwei. So right now we will move on to the first section, which is questions from your predecessor. So Minhao, you are allowed to take over the floor right now.
Right. Thank you, Jackson. So, yeah. Thank you, Kyrie and Incheon for running for this position. So, just a few questions to ask. Nothing much, which is a very short one. And from my understanding, both of you have been running this position as interim officers. So, my first question is, where do you feel like you stand now in terms of completing your manifesto?
Okay, I think I can take this question. For in terms of my in completing the manifesto, which is the four: connect, motivate, improve, and career. For connect, we obviously has already hosted the Hello Coders, and Distress Night. In terms of that, is already in the planning stages, and all venues have been booked. In terms of motivating, we already hosted some seminar talks with other clubs, as well as also running one of our flagship events called Monash Coding League, and round 2 is happening actually tomorrow. And all preparations for the final round have already been done. And in terms of improving, the SSLC forms and SSLC representatives have all been selected, and all unit feedbacks have been given to the staff of SOIT. And in terms of career, we are actually planning to have already delegated some tasks for our subcommittee to actually try to plan out an industrial trip in Malaysia in semester 2 semester break, as well as already working with MumTech to actually plan a out of country some sort of study trip in Vietnam in the summer break. Yeah.
All right. YC, anything to add?
Well, I think that's it for now, but obviously in the future we'll be hosting more events to improve our manifesto, such as like maybe for Connect we are planning to host more event to actually like ensure like all the students can actually like form a connection with each other, because I think one of the problem within the School of IT is actually like most IT students, I feel like we don't have the time to join a lot of activities. So that's when actually when like us as a school representative will step in to actually like plans events, and we should we'll plan events ahead of time. So we need to have like good planning in order to ensure that all the event will not like clash with assignment due dates or like the week where everyone should be busy.
Okay. I think that kind of leads me to my second question. So for my second question is that um, so far by now, most School of IT events are just either career talks or any kind of talk, and then connection-based events, and also a few of competitions of that sort. So being running representatives who have interim experiences, I want to ask that um, aside from these communities, do you feel that there's a need for some sort of change or some sort of new kinds of events being added into the whole ecosystem of Slow IT?
YC, do I take this one? I can start off and you can add on later.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, in terms of those events, right? We are actually now collaborating with one of the startup like angel funders in Singapore called Ignite Asia, and we are actually working quite hand in hand with MumTech to create another club, which will be directly under SYT, which will handle all Ignite Asia's event. For Ignite Asia, it's not mainly just talks and competitions and stuff. It also brings in the business side of things for IT students, as we IT students are actually quite in terms of our skills, actually we can branch out in different skills. We don't necessarily have to work in the IT field at all. We can actually branch out to business field, the pharmacy field and everything. So this event will slowly incorporate within the semester 1 with founders talk and topical talks and book clubs happening during semester 1, and during the winter break and following into semester 2 there will actually be incubator to start an incubator that hopefully will continue to process and actually bloom into a real incubators like Singapore's SMU's universities incubator in Monash as well. Yeah.
Personally, for me, I feel like there's nothing much to add on, because what Kyrie has mentioned is actually something that we've been working on for the past few months as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a very good answer. And hopefully the students and also maybe other universities can take note of what we're actually doing, rather than just common stuff that other universities have already been doing. So hopefully Monash can be, or at least Monash IT can be the first or the unique one out of all the other universities in terms of events. Right. So my third question, it's more academic based. Since you've really touched through events, so having been representative for half a semester, you've already probably have some interactions with management, basically the school management. So I just wanted to ask, what's your view on the current situation of school of IT, mainly academics, and do you think that regardless of whether it's realistic or not, do you feel that there's anything that you feel could have changed for the better of the students and even better also for the tutors and also lecturers?
Okay. YC, you can start off first.
Yeah, sure. So in my opinion regarding this, I feel like obviously there will always be some flaws in every school, no matter whichever school you go, which is why me and Kyree, we have been like constantly trying to ensure like the student voice are being heard. For example, like during the recently we just like completed the SSLC recruitment, and we also submitted our review. So in order to ensure like the unit itself is actually like good for the students, we actually as student rep also we have submitted our review for the course that we take, and we actually take this review very seriously. That's why we actually take our time and put our effort in submitting this review to ensure like maybe there are certain aspects that could be fixed, and hopefully it will be better for the school in the future.
And to add, right, in terms of this, right, our SOIT is IT as a course as well, like is ever growing, ever like evolving, right? So most of our courses are actually getting revamps every 2 to 3 semesters, like. So it's important that the students' voice are actually heard and actually brought up uh, to the staffs so that improvements can be made towards the unit. For example, like I believe like our introduction units 1045, 1008 are currently having some reworks as well. And yeah, some the feedbacks are already taken from the representative and will be passed on. And in terms of other things that can be improved in terms of academics for the lecturers and students is like as IT students, like most of our classes or some of our classes are still online. We will try to take feedback about this. Like I know some students, like including me myself, like we IT students actually prefer online, but some do actually prefer it on campus. Like maybe we can discuss with the staff and actually try to find a middle ground of which classes should be actually online and which classes should benefit in physical.
Okay. Then I think that leads me to my last question. It's a bit more subjective, more towards both of you as representatives for if you were elected for this remainder of the year. So, given that you went from interims and then now having to run for this position, right? What is actually your end goal? After, if let's say you're elected, then what do you actually want to get out from this whole experience running as the IT rep?
I think I can start first. So personally for me, what my end goal as a School of IT representative is, to be honest, being in this position itself is like, I'm very grateful for it, because what really inspired me to like to be in this position itself is like, to be honest, my huge inspiration is actually from Min Hao, because I actually met him during back when I was in Mafi. The participant in an event where he was actually introducing School of IT through an online event. So I was actually very impressed by him at that time, because he's actually the same age as us, but he has already achieved much more than me. So at that point of time, I was really inspired. And afterward, when I actually like officially met him and during the Singapore trip last year, and when I met Kai Wei, who was already the interim for School of IT, I was, I guess it was kind of like a boost for me to like to join this position and to like run for this position, because Kai Wei and Min Hao are both like, we are all the same age. Sorry if you can hear the background noise. Yeah, so they're they're both like the same age as me, so I thought like, oh wow, I was really impressed, because they're both same age as me, so I was like, oh wow. So oh sorry, I think I might have
It's okay.
All right.
Kyrie can take it.
Yep. So the end goal for me is like, as you guys, if you guys have observed for SYT, right? If you guys just scroll our Instagram account from back to the days where the reps that I don't even know the name, probably when I was still in high school, if you just continue scrolling up from the most bottom page, you will see in every year, every semester, there's actually improvements made, and you can see the slow progression of having to have better events over the time. So for my end goal is like I want what is built by Mikey, Angeline, Ali and Minhao to be still there, and I'll add a little bit of my spice and improvements onto those events, and hopefully bring these events to the next to my successors, and hopefully to build even more stronger foundation for them to build on it. Yeah, that's my end goal for it.
Yeah, I would like to apologize for earlier. Yeah, so to continue, just to make it brief, basically, I was inspired by both Kai and Min Hao because they are both the same age as me, but I feel like they have already achieved much more than me. So my ultimate goal of running in this position is hoping that I can grow to be a better leader in a sense, throughout this position, and also to ensure like all the School of IT students concerns are being heard. I want also like, of course, like one of the main objective of me running for this position is like back when I was in year one, semester one, I just felt like it was a bit tough to make friends. I feel like a lot of students can feel the same way as me, which is why I can kind of like relate to most of the students. Hence, I feel like I would like to make some changes to that, and hence I decided to take on this role.
All right. I think that's more or less quite inspiring in a way. But yeah, I think that concludes all of my questions, and I believe that I don't need to ask or even mention anything more because uh, seeing what you all have done as interims itself is already impressive enough. Sometimes even probably better than me. So I think if you're elected, then I would say the School of IT will continue to be in the safe hands. Yeah. So I would say all the best for both of you, and also all the best for the remaining of the year. If anything, then us predecessors will be here to support as well. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. So thank you so much, Min Hao. So actually, all right, moving on, we have the Q&A session to our audience. We actually have a few questions from our president. All right. So the first question would be this one. What is your leadership style? How will you ensure you lead your team fairly?
Okay, I think I will take this question first. So, in terms of our leadership style, for me and YC personally, we aren't those type of leaders that actually just throw the task to our subcons and be like, "Hey, you do it, I'm out." No, we are not actually like this. And for a little bit of more context, like the MUSA recruitment for this year, if I'm being honest and frank, it was kind of delayed to the point where we have a lot of events going on and we have short of arms, like we don't really have any uh, enough manpower to actually do the posters, plan the events and everything. So me and YC actually took our own time to actually plan with all our subcons. We were switching arms between being a secretary, a treasurer, an event, and a publicity to actually help out, guide our subcommittee to actually do the event nicely and actually guide them along the way, teaching them what's right and what's wrong. For more context, like for our Monash Coding League posters, me and YC actually took up quite a lot of time to actually design the designs and improve it before posting it as well. So yeah, in terms of my leading style, we aren't like those. We want to actually grow with the subcommittee as well and actually guide them through the whole process. Yeah, that's technically my leading style.
Thank you so much. And this is the final question, which is all right. So, what are some of the challenges you have anticipated having to focus on both academic and social aspect of your portfolio?
I think I'll take this question.
All right.
So far running as an interim for the School of IT rep, I don't find it challenging or like stressful or like, I don't find that running as this position is like a workload itself. Because like being a School of IT students, we are always looking at the computer, we are always coding. So like when I want to procrastinate, I will actually like do my work in School of IT and complete all the missing tasks. So I don't think that this is like a challenge for me. I don't think it's stressful. So I don't find a need to balance it out because I actually enjoy doing what I'm doing.
And to add to that question is like, as reps ourselves, like it takes sacrifice. As what my predecessor would always say, holding the role, it really takes sacrifice, and it takes some balances in you to actually balance your social life and also the events that you're actually hosting. So for me, what I do is like I do sports in my free time. Though I hope that I have more free time, but obviously I will do all the events nicely, as me and YC are actually like what we plan and envision. We hope to everything that will become a success, and actually nothing wrong will actually happen during the event. So we double check, triple check every event and planning process to actually ensure all events go smoothly. Well, also that yeah, I do enjoy the role. I do enjoy leading my team, and also like what YC said, this is our passion, and we hope to bring this and actually affect the new students or even the existing students in all of SYT.
Okay, so thank you, YC. Thank you, Kaiwei, for it. I believe there is no more question. With that, I would like to invite the both of you two to proceed to make your closing statement.
All right. So from my side, I'll just like to say thank you for giving me a chance to be at this stage right now, and me and Kaiwei will continue to improve and improve our manifesto in order to bring a better school to the student, in order to bring a better academic experience for the students.
And from my side, like I hope you guys saw the hard work and dedication me and YC put out for the past 6 months, and we hope that you guys give us a chance to continue to serve for you guys in the School of IT. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I believe with that we have officially ended our by-election. So thank you so much to all contestants, especially Kaiwei and YC, for attending despite not being able to attend physically. You guys have shown dedication to attend this to be part of the by-election and attended this. So we definitely appreciate it. So I believe with that, we conclude the by-election debate. So thank you everyone for attending, and thank you to all the audience that have tuned in. So thank you so much.